Kevin Hester, you are ridiculous.
The Bears are who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, we crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
Shut up. See that? That's your IQ, buddy. 0.
Hungry Chicago, finally champions on this January day in New Orleans.
This is the Barely Qualified Podcast with your hosts, Nick Labris, Jason Maxwell, and Drew Bailey.
Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Barely Qualified. My name is Nick Labris, and with me, as always, is Jason Maxwell and Drew Bailey. Tis the season, boys. We are really in the holiday spirit right now. I just left my work holiday party about an hour ago. So we are really feeling the spirit. You can see the hat I'm wearing right now. If you're watching us on YouTube, I got this fun little Bears Santa hat. So yeah, it's fun. It's a fun time of year. And it's also a fun time of year because it's not only Christmas. We're talking about Bears Packers week, which is a very panic-inducing, stressful time of year. But we're gonna press on. I think I'm feeling pretty confident. I don't know how you will talk more about the game in a second. It's just for the first place in NFC North. Nothing to be scared of here. But it is probably the biggest Bears game and biggest regular season Bears game in 12 years since 2013. And no, I don't need to look that up because it still hurts when I see the replay of it. So we're going to talk through all things Bears Packers this week, including a preposterous stadium update that came yesterday evening, which we will absolutely go in depth on. We're also going to talk through the Guillotine League, which is down to 3 players, getting nuts over there. And then, obviously, we will, as always, give you some rock-solid gambling and fantasy advice. But before we get to that, I want to talk to you about our friends over at Glen Rock Pop. Barely Qualified is proudly fueled by the fizz of Glen Rock Pop, Lake County's legendary soda revival. Crafted with pure cane sugar, poured into classic glass bottles, and bursting with nostalgic flavor, Glen Rock is more than a drink. It's a hometown icon. Whether you're sipping on orange, cream soda, or my personal MVP, the all-new lime, Glen Rock is bringing joy back to every corner of Lake County. If you want to catch their pop-up trailer in action, follow Glen Rock Pop on Facebook for latest event stops. Ready to stock up? Head to glenrockpop.com to find retailers near you. From tailgates to game days, Glen Rock Pop is the ultimate sideline sip. Don't just drink, celebrate. So, boys, before we get into all the game and the other things that happened, I want to touch really quick. This line did a lot of moving this week. Packers opened at -2.5. That line was at Packers -1.5 for the past 48 hours. I checked today before the show to see where we are. Bears are -1.5 now. I don't know if that has anything to do with some injuries, players being ruled out. I don't think Micah Parsons has anything to do with that because he's been on IR almost immediately after the game. But it's interesting. Bears are, like I said, -1.5. Over-under didn't change, 46.5, and Bears are now -125 on that money line. So if you put a money line bet on the Bears, hopefully you got it earlier in the week. You got a little bit more juice to it. I got them at -110 a few days ago. But regardless, -125. And as a reminder, Bears are playing on Saturday this week. Saturday at 7:20 p.m. in Chicago at Soldier Field. So that's the general stuff about the Bears. A little bit of Bears news broke yesterday, which I would like to get some thoughts around the horn on. Kevin Warren, you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
This is, I don't want to go too into it because Jason, I know you have thoughts, and I want to give you the floor. You were bursting at the seams to keep this inside, so you didn't waste your rants on text outside of the pod. I want to give you the floor, but just to set the stage, Kevin Warren released an open letter to the fans, basically giving an update, I suppose. But we'll get into it about the stadium saga and what's going on with the new stadium. Essentially saying that the Illinois state legislature is not playing ball with the Bears and that they're expanding the search area up to the suburbs as well as Northwest Indiana. He did say this is not a leverage play, though. This is not a leverage play, Jay and Drew. This is solely honest statement on where the status is of the stadium. So, Jay, without further ado, I'm going to give you the floor. Let's just get it off your chest. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Talk to me.
Okay, and thank you, because I was fired up. I ranted and raved a lot today. I was actually on a field trip with my oldest, Georgia, and I was like, I can't respond to it. And then we got back on the bus, and I just let it rip because I was bottling all of this up. And thank you guys for allowing me to text you guys because I needed to get it off me chest. But now we're on the pod, and I can let the words do the talking. But you put it best, Nick, when you're like, this is not about leverage. It was about leverage. And it's like he's doing an open letter to the fans and slapping us in the face at the same time. Like, we're not intellectually capable of understanding the game that he's trying to play. And I don't understand the reason why we need to address it in the matter in which he's trying to address it, right? That to me is like the biggest slap in the face to a fan of, hey guys, I think you guys are pretty stupid. I think you'll fall for this. Like, just tell it how it is, right? If you want to do LA, don't sugarcoat it and say it's play. It clearly is. All right. Do we want a better stadium? Sure. Do we want to go to Arlington Heights? Maybe. The lines are actually drawn at the state lines. You take the Bears out of this, Illinois, that's when a lot of Bears fans are going to say, hey, what the fuck, bud? Okay. We're not the Indiana Bears. There's a Chicagoland area to it, and that Chicagoland area doesn't fall outside of the state of Illinois. That's for damn sure. So I was pretty pissed about that. I think him masquerading to the fans in some like open letter, the format in which the information was kind of addressed to us as the fans, like talking down to the fans, it really grinded my gears. And I can go in on more and more, but I'll cede some time so that you, Drew, Nick can get stuff off of your chest. Am I fair or foul on that, though? Is that a fair take for you guys? If it's not, that's fine. But that's the way I was seeing it.
I mean, you're not foul. I don't think any opinion in the negativity realm is foul with Kevin Warren right now, and I don't know how he can be taking away from this football season to draw the guys or the attention of fans towards a project that we haven't heard much. We've heard about breaking ground, all of that sort of stuff, but I said it, and then Nick responded very quickly, which made me laugh. Of like, this is Kevin Warren's 4 week, he hasn't had attention on him span, and he's calling for attention like a little baby that hasn't received a bottle in a while. So he needed his name called, so he went out for it. It's interesting to say, though, the whole Trib article or the Sun-Times article that was going to come out about them doing research and him saying that they were getting in front of this or something like that. It's just so much shit that doesn't need to happen right now, and so much crap that how you're not focused on football with a potential playoff team, and we want to talk about stadiums, we want to talk about locations, like that is in the furthest back throes of my mind right now, and you bringing it to the front of my mind just pisses me off so much more than it should have. Like, if you did in the offseason, even if we won the Super Bowl and you did in the offseason, I don't care. Okay, good. It's a talking point. But right now, this can't happen. This really, really cannot happen. So fuck you, Kevin Warren.
Yeah.
And it's so, the timing of it is so perplexing, right? I mean, Jay, you said it best. Like, we're getting ready for the biggest game. I said at the top of the show, the biggest Bears football game in the regular season in 12 years, since the Bears had the NFC North on the line against the Packers in 2013, the Randall Cobb touchdown, that whole thing. This is a massive game. We're leading off a Bears podcast talking about Kevin Warren and this fucking stadium that is never coming. And it drives me crazy. Like, I want to talk about Bears Packers. This is big enough. We don't need the extra talking points. You should have done this last week when you're playing the Browns if you're going to do it in the middle of the season. We got there's nothing like this is this is not the time for this, And we talk about like Kevin Warren, like it's Kevin Warren's time to like pop up and have his name run through the news. This is the guy who made the NFL or the HBO like producers give him a segment on Hard Knocks, having a meeting about picking out the chairs for the stadium. This was this is like 16 months ago, by the way, that this happened. This is in like August of 2024 that we were talking about the chairs in the stadium of which has not even broken ground in any way. We don't have a location for it. We don't even have a state for it right now. It's fucking crazy. And look, I know a lot of people, a lot of the city folk, a lot of the people that live in the city, a lot of the old timey Bears fans were already pissed about moving to Arlington Heights. And I could kind of get that. They're the Chicago Bears. They got to play in Chicago. Selfishly, I live in the northern suburbs, so I was all for them moving to the northern suburbs. Not even Arlington Heights is still Cook County, so it's not even that far north. But regardless, people were pissed about it, and I said rightfully so, but I disagreed. You take the Chicago Bears out of the state of Illinois, you are going to have a straight-up revolt on your hands. Yeah, there's 100%. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Yeah. They're the pride and joy of Illinois. It's in the goddamn fight song. You don't move the team to Indiana. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is – and I don't think that's going to happen. This is – I mean, again, like, it's just so – like, to be so condescending and say, like, I assure you this is not a leverage move. It's like this is the biggest leverage move that's ever been made ever. Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? Like, don't talk to us like we're idiots. Like, we understand what this is. Like, I don't know. I don't love the shady business dealings. I don't mean, it's the state of Illinois. This isn't going to be a super clean process regardless, because the state of Illinois is one of the most corrupt places on the planet. But you don't need to air the dirty laundry out in front of everybody. This just makes you look like an idiot. It makes us look like idiots. And people are going to make fun of us and say that the Bears are going to move to Indiana now. And I don't want that. There's no chance it's going to happen. But you don't need to put that out there. Again, this whole leverage thing, we don't need it this week. Last week, playing the Browns, I'm still pissed, but I wouldn't be as pissed because it's not Bears-Packers week for the first place in the NFC North. Yeah.
Well, it's hey, I'm not here to rob the bank, but I have a gun and give me all your fucking money. Right? Like, okay, what?
I have a gun and a mask and one of those duffel bags with a $sign on it.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm your friend. Yeah. Give me all your money. Give me all the money.
And it's like what? Sorry, Drew. What I was saying to you, and I'll make this quick, but like what I was saying to you in the text is like, listen, it's Bears Packers week. Find a better time to do it. I couldn't agree with you more, Nick. But also, like, I don't care about the business side of things. No. And people want to gravitate towards,
I don't ever care about the business side. Don't fucking care.
And that's like part of the fan like drive of some fans for whatever reason. Is like, I can smell my own farts by regurgitating economic like business decisions. Like, okay, I can too, but I choose not to when I'm talking about a football team that I care more about winning than I care about how the business enterprise is doing on the fucking balance sheet.
Yeah, we got no stake. We got no skin in the game. Who fucking cares?
Right? I want a better stadium? Sure.
It's also a thing. This is like, I feel like this is the most fired up we've been all season, going round table on a comment. But it's one thing if you're if you're posing a stadium in Jacksonville and you're going outside of the city limits or something like that and going to a settling neighborhood or you're going to go to South Carolina. You considering taking something out of a major market and saying, we're going to do that because we're going to, we have the ability to do that and we'll settle wherever we can. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like that is the actually like lack of intelligence statement. Even I don't think there's any truth in it or anything, but that could just be the dumbest thing anybody has ever said.
It's very Reinsdorfian. It's very Jerry Reinsdorf in the White Sox. Like, hey, you know who's a bad owner? Jerry fucking Reinsdorf's a bad owner, all right? In a bad leader of a franchise. We don't need that for the Chicago Bears. What's cool about the Chicago Bears is they've just been the Chicago Bears. And listen, the McCaskies suck, but they suck because they can't put a good football team together. You don't need to suck because you're threatening to move out of the fucking state too. Not to this franchise. It's too historic, guys.
Yeah, truth be told, the Bears, like I go to one Bears game every 5 years. It doesn't really affect my life in the slightest bit. But for the general like well-being of the franchise, you cannot play your games. Like it's like if the options are move to Northwest Indiana or stay at Soldier Field, then it's stay at Soldier Field. There's no doubt about it. Like you can't like moving to Indiana is not on the table, and it drives me crazy that they're even saying that it is. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I do know. I think it's bullshit. I will draw that line in the sand and say that that's complete malarkey and bullshit to threaten to move to Indiana, this franchise to Indiana, the Gary Bears, the Gary Berries. Like the memes have been fantastic. So hopefully the backlash.
I've seen some good. I've seen some pretty funny ones of like a nice brand new stadium in the middle of fucking Gary, Indiana, some rain down,
the sulfur fields.
Those are good. I mean, you know what? Just create an island in Lake Michigan and create a stadium if you want. Like
the Dubai Bears. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The one thing I will say, okay, power move or not, or leverage move or not, or whatever you want to say, he got a response.
Yeah, that's undeniable.
A majority of the representatives of this state and city. And Pritzker said something. Our senators said something. A lot of them said the right things of like, yeah, bro, like focus on your football right now. Like we'll talk. Or like the Arlington Heights person said, like, I'd encourage you to reach out to our, if you have problems, encourage you to reach out to our, our board or something like that. Like you don't have to release a full statement to the entire like public of Chicago Bears. So like he got his response in public view, but like, come on, Kevin, you're better than that, or you're not.
Yeah. Just a not the way I wanted to start this show. I want to put that out there. This is not how I want to start the show.
I know, because it's Packers week.
I get home. I got home from work yesterday. I sat down. I flipped on Instagram, and that was like the first thing I saw was the 4-page letter that Kevin Warren wrote. And immediately my first thought was, oh man, they're going to break ground the stadium. They're going to do it by 2025, which he said. That's sweet. And then I actually read it, and I'm like, God, this is fucking terrible. This is
Seattle might tie this game, by the way.
I know this is bananas. I don't like that. I want the Rams to win, but regardless, yeah, I don't know. Do we have? Oh my God, do we have any more thoughts on this, or can we move on? Do you guys want to move on to the game, or do you guys want?
Let's get happy. Let's get jolly and happy, and let's have
let's
something
get
else.
Into some football.
Yeah,
where we should be.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, Kevin Warren.
Fucking Kevin Warren. Go pick out some chairs.
Take that game. Seriously, take that game ball away from him that you gave him in week 11. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, that guy. I mean, look, I don't want to go too much more in depth on Kevin Warren, but that guy, every time Ben Johnson does his good, better, best speech at the end of the game, Kevin Warren just finds his way, camera center, right behind him. That fucking guy just always knows where the camera is. Fucking weirdo. All right, anyway. Bears Packers. Monster Bears Packers game this week. This is for NFC North supremacy. There's only 2 weeks in the season left after this. You take this lead in this, you're looking good. You could have a clinching a playoff berth scenario with a win. First primetime Saturday night game of the season. I mean, this is just a critically important game for the Bears and the Packers. So with that being said, there are so many injuries in this game. It's crazy how many injuries there are for this game. I pulled up the Packers injury report, and it took me, I had to do 2 separate screenshots because of how many people are injured for the Packers. Granted, most of them are probably going to play. Packers seem like they put everybody on their injury report, but regardless, Packers injury report is obviously Micah Parsons out. Marshawn Lloyd, running back, he's also out. Don't know if that matters. Josh Williams, this is a big one. Their starting guard, he's out of the game, so they're going to be down an offensive lineman. I think they had another offensive lineman also hurt. He may not be out. Sorry, I'm kind of reading through this. Not great podcasting. Anyway, so
Josh Jacobs still hasn't practiced.
He is not listed as out, but he has not practiced.
Not yet, but yeah.
Yeah. Christian Watson, he has been a limited participant. He is questionable. He has not been ruled in or out yet, but he is questionable. We know he had that chest/shoulder. That injury looked like a broken collarbone all day. Like when I saw that, I immediately was like, "That's a broken collarbone." And the fact that they called it, he went to the hospital. He went to the hospital in Denver after the game, and now he might play this week. So that's wild. But anyway,
his dad had a lot to say too.
His dad might give James Odunze a run for his money as dad of the year in the NFL. Actually, I think he far and surpassed him by a mile, to be honest with you. One of my favorites, sorry to digress, one of my favorites was, if you haven't seen, Christian Watson's dad got into a bunch of Twitter arguments on Monday, and one of them, he kept saying, ball was thrown too short. You can't throw it that short. And a fan correctly pointed out, like, hey, Jordan Love got hit by like 3 guys as he threw it. You got to give him a little bit of a break. And the dad said, still can't throw it short.
Let me clear this up really quick. F you. Sign off.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Awesome. So good. But anyway, for the Bears injury report, it's not that long, but Luther Bird and Rome Odunze both already designated as out for the game. So that sucks. Rome Odunze, he's been out a couple games. Would have been nice to see him play. Luther Burden has really been turning it on the last few weeks. He's really kind of come on as an NFL, like legitimate NFL player. So seeing him out, that hurts. DeAndre Swift, who showed up on the injury report, the groin injury, he's still questionable. The good news though, Tremaine Edmonds has practiced. He practiced in full today. They haven't listed him. They haven't officially taken him off IR yet. He still has the questionable tag. But if you can get Tremaine Edmonds back out there, that's big for the Bears. You get Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards out there to start for probably the first time all season, maybe the second time. That's big. So getting a little healthy, but again, on the outside, I think you're going to have a big tight end game from the Bears tight ends. Yeah. Drew, what's going on?
This is nuts. What just happened? They called that a backwards pass. It went forward. Charbonnet took it in for a 2-point conversion because he recovered it in the end zone.
No way.
Game is tied 30-30.
He just picked it up.
Oh my God.
For the record, I hate the Seahawks uniforms.
I'm sorry.
I hate them. I hate the uniforms they're wearing. But
yes, heavy tight end game.
Heavy tight end game. Maybe a big DJ Moore game again. I don't know.
But get the run game going.
We're gonna
get into the breakdown and everything, but that is priority number uno.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay. So our new segment on here, we're gonna do Uni Watch. It's gonna be a classic Bears Packers game, which you love to see that. Bears navy jerseys, white pants, navy helmet. Packers classic road white with the yellow pants, yellow helmet. So it's going to be your classic Bears-Packers matchup, which it shouldn't be any other way. So that's good to see. The Packers did wear their like polar white jerseys last week in Denver. Not in this game. It's going to be classic road uniforms for the Packers. So love to see that. So as I mentioned, this game of high significance. Right now, the Bears are sitting at a 59% chance of making the playoffs. However, and this is the game we've been kind of looking for because it feels like we've been kind of in that set 50-60 range for a while. I'm sorry. The Bears are at 79% right now, 50 if they lose. They've been in that like 70-60 range for a couple of weeks. You win this game, you're up to 94%. So this game is a massive one for playoff ramifications. Packers are currently sitting at 77%. They win this game, they're at 99%. So both teams are virtually in with a win here. So this is, again, most important Bears-Packers game since 2013. So everyone's going to get up for this game. Makes me very nervous, but that's okay. We play the game.
You play to win the game.
You play to win the game. Fun little, this is the first legitimate clinch situation for the Bears this week. If the Bears, all that needs to happen is the Bears win and Detroit loses. Those two things happen, the Bears clinch a playoff spot this week.
Magic numbers 2.
And they're not playing a slouch.
They're not. They're playing the Steelers. It's in Detroit, but the Steelers looked pretty good on Monday night. That might just be because they play the Dolphins. The Dolphins stink, but who knows? Maybe the Steelers, maybe their Aaron Rodgers magic will show up again in Detroit. who knows? It's nice to not have to worry about playing the Lions anymore, or Aaron Rodgers for that matter. But yeah, win in Detroit, loss. Bears are in the playoffs. Very exciting. I mean, 2 things need to happen, and the Bears make the playoffs with 3 weeks left. Feels pretty good.
Or Bears win 2 games and they're in the playoffs.
Correct. Yes. Yeah, the magic number is 2. You're right. That's essentially what it is. 2 Lions losses or 2 Bears wins, or any combination of Bears wins, Lions losses. Bears are in the playoffs. So that's exciting. So then, yeah, I don't know. Is there anything you guys want to talk about playoff related scenarios, chances?
I love the fact that the Steelers are fighting for a playoff spot too, right? Makes the game more meaningful against the Lions. The Lions have been down. Let's just make it easy, get the Bears to win, and all of our problems dissolve away.
Yes. That sounds good to me. All right.
I will say this too. I snuck in a couple days ago on Bears plus 1.5, and I was delighted to see it go to minus 1.5. Again, it's whatever, it's kind of in that realm, but I'll take an extra, 2 points of swing. Who knows?
Yeah.
Win by, well, let's just win the game. I don't want to be on the plus side of it. I don't want to lose by 1. But it's nice to see the line moving. I will say that it's nice to see the line moving in our direction. That makes me feel a little bit more warm and fuzzy, right?
Yeah, and I mean, again, I went through the injury report. The line is not. I don't know. Like, I feel like most of the time, 3-point swing during the week is because a quarterback gets hurt or a big running back or something, like an injury, right? But this just seems like the line opened and the public was all over the Bears the whole way.
It was probably because of Kevin Warren's statement. That's probably what swung the line.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it, 100%. Thank you, Kevin Warren. Can't even joke about that. All right. So if we're going to dive into this game a little bit, the first thing I want to talk about is the Bears offense versus the Packers defense. So in this game, I mean, the first thing that I think needs to happen, especially with Rome Odunze and Luther Burden both not playing in this game, the Bears need to continue their dominant offensive line and running game against the Packers D-line. Packers D-line obviously is down Micah Parsons, so that helps. Micah Parsons is a good player against the run, but obviously it's not his strength. The Bears kind of bullied the Packers around in the second half of that game 2 weeks ago, so if we could get some more of that from the jump, I think that would really help the Bears.
Yeah.
So we're going to need a big, strong, dominant effort from the offensive line. DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monangai going to need to run hard. Hopefully DeAndre Swift plays. Again, he has got the questionable tag on. He has been practicing this week, so I'm thinking he'll probably play, but nothing is guaranteed right now. So
who was that again? Sorry.
DeAndre Swift.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's got a groin. He's been limited all week in practice, and he has a questionable tag. The one cool thing about this game being on Saturday instead of Sunday is that they actually do have people called out and questionable and stuff by Thursday this week. And usually it's just we're kind of going off of what they practiced as, but they actually have game designations at this point. So that's why we know that Luther Burden and Rome Odunze are both out already. But, okay, so O-line, I mean, the O-line is really what keyed the Bears' comeback against the Packers in that Week 14 matchup. So need to see that continue. And I also think, the way Kyle Monangai runs, I mean, again, that clip of him running into the Packers D-line and his helmet just disintegrating is just like in my brain. And I just need to see him running like that all week or all game and just breaking the Packers defenders' spirits, because I think that can happen.
Yeah, I agree. I think what sucks is, and we can maybe talk a little bit about it, is Burden and Odunze being out. I think that doesn't give me warm and fuzzies. I think it's also odd, not to go back to the damn line again, but I think that and maybe that was already known and improbable, but with Odunze and Burden out, I am nervous about that. Are you guys? I mean,
Yeah, definitely. It definitely makes me nervous that our highest pass catcher of the season is out, and then who has looked like a bright spot over the last 2 weeks is now out. But I think this game script doesn't once again doesn't promote the pass game being the priority.
Sure.
So you just, as Ben Johnson, you just got to plug in your plays that have as many people close to the line and get your play action running with your full tight end sets that, gets Colston and gets Kmet. And, if you really want to throw in Dylan Smythe in there, we'll throw a Dylan Smythe. And no one's going to expect him to be trying to catch the ball.
Dylan,
they
you
shouldn't.
son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yes. To tell you the truth, Jay, I don't like seeing Devin Duvernay split on the outside. I know Jade Walker might be coming back. Nick, did you see anything about Jade Walker?
I don't think he's injured. I think he just has not played.
He's not played because they haven't needed him.
Correct. He's like the
he's
like the fifth or sixth receiver on the roster, and they haven't needed him. So, I mean, he will probably be available if needed in this game, just because, again, he's not on the injury report in any way. He's on the active roster, so I imagine he will be available. He might even see a couple snaps. But, yeah, the question is, in the passing game, who is going to step up and take away those targets that, Rome would get and then Luther has been getting? I mean, the conventional wisdom is on DJ Moore. He had a good game last week. He's your number one receiver. Colson Loveland has been stepping up. He seems to be Caleb's third down, safety blanket. Cole Kmet's been there for a while. Olamide Zacchaeus. Is there anybody? I don't know. They got dudes. It's not like the Bears are going to be going into this game with, a 2024 or 2023 Bears receiving core. You still got some dudes out there that can catch the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there I don't know. I actually, you said Dylan Smythe. I like that a lot. I might actually put a little dabble on an anytime touchdown for him. I think that
boy.
I think he might.
You can look at those odds right now, or maybe first touchdown if you want to go astronomical.
Lotto ticket, yeah. Let's find out what that is.
I'm looking that up right now. Touchdown scores.
Also, what keys into all of this, we're saying a lot of names here, but I think what ultimately this boils down to is the Packers secondary and their second level does not scare me. Thank you, Eric. It's Durham Smythe, not Dylan Smythe.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah. No, I appreciate it. The Packers secondary is also banged up, and they're not good. They're not great. So there are pass catchers out there that can burn them. Again, running should be the priority, though.
All right. So Durham Smythe to score a touchdown plus 1,500, to score first touchdown plus 7,000, to score multiple touchdowns plus 20,000.
Sounds like a parlay to me.
I just put $10 on it, first touchdown.
Maybe a little Durham Smythe touchdown ladder. Huh?
Why the hell not?
Why the hell not? Why not?
Can we put a parlay with him to get another holding call as well? Hey, see the field and don't fuck up. Can we put that bet out there?
That would rock. That would be good. Oh man, that'd be minus 300 though. So I don't know if I'd be on that. So yeah, I mean, I don't know who do you guys like to step up in the passing game this week? Because I have a couple names listed here. I listed them out loud. There's a few other guys. Is there anybody you guys think Caleb is going to kind of rely on more so than others in this game?
I think it's going to be a Zacchaeus game. I think he'll get 4 or 5 catches, 50 yards. Not that it's going to be a Zacchaeus game, but I think he's going to be the guy who kind of steps up. And obviously, I think the obvious one is Colson Loveland. But
I agree with you. Yeah.
Big Colson game. He's going to stay hot. He's going to find his route running and play action. I just look back at that chip on Myles Garrett and then running a route that was very sick. He's getting it. He's getting it. And I think Caleb's seeing him open more often than not.
Yeah. Really quick too, Nick, from last show, you called out the Jackson trap block, and Drew, I don't know if it was Drew, you or Nick called out the Loveland chip. I saw both of those and just kept on watching them on repeat. It was just fucking awesome. Awesome. I mean, seeing Myles Garrett get flattened is impressive. That was
by
awesome.
a tight end. By a tight end, yeah. That rocked, yeah. Yeah, so I think, I mean, the passing game, I think someone needs to step up as a pass catcher. But on top of that, is Caleb going to build off of a very efficient game that he had against Cleveland? He looked smooth. He was throwing in rhythm. He was scrambling. He was doing it all. He looked like he was throwing it. You look at his completion percentage, there were a lot of drops. It was a cold day. His actual accuracy, if you call accuracy like throwing at the place he's trying to throw to, was pretty on point the entire game, I'd say. There weren't any throws where you're like, oh, that guy was open. He missed him by 5 yards. It was pretty good the whole game. So what do you guys think? The Browns, we talked about them a lot last week. The Browns are not a bad defense. They have dudes on defense, and they've been playing pretty good this season. So I don't think you look at that game as like, well, they played the Browns. It's not like they played like the Raiders or the Commanders or one of these like, terrible defenses. Like the Browns, their offense is really, really historically bad, but their defense is not bad. It's pretty good. So the question I'm posing to you guys is, can Caleb build off of that game and be that guy, be the accurate passer in rhythm or making plays? Drew, what do you think? Is Caleb going to build off that? Is it going to look smooth, or is it going to be kind of like it was 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I really hope so. I think he's getting it. I think he's getting a lot of the timing down more than anything else. And yes, he succeeds, as we've always said, in kind of the improvised plays and going out and using his arm to gunsling. But I think the game script towards him passing last week is going to change this week. So he's not going to get as many opportunities. What he just needs to do is take advantage of those opportunities when he gets them and make sure he throws accurately on those times. I don't know if you guys saw this. I think that a lot of the negative naysayers, or there weren't a ton. We didn't focus on it last week, but there were a few of them, like Chris Broussard. If you didn't see some of the things saying,
Chris Broussard's a fucking idiot, by the way.
Broussard's a moron, but then Shady McCoy
somehow Sammy Sosa.
Yeah. But Shady McCoy also, I don't know if you guys saw this. He said the same exact thing, that Shedeur was going to outperform Caleb. And Caleb gave him the whole, like, during his clip, he took his clip and did the Rock, shut up, bitch, launched it in with him throwing touchdowns. So that was good to see. So I don't know if he's going to get as many opportunities, and I don't know if he has the fire people talking against him right now after having such a good outing, but I feel like Caleb is that person that needs some of that fire, that needs some of those naysayers talking against him to get him up and make some of those important plays. Again, I just go back to, I don't know if Ben's going to be calling plays for him to make, especially towards his passing.
That's fair, Drew. I look at it from an optimistic lens. The last 6 quarters that Caleb's played have been excellent. 2 of those quarters were in the second half against the Packers, right? That second half was good football that Caleb played. Yeah. Nick, you touched on it. I think that was the most complete game, the best game I've seen Caleb play in both of his years of being with the Chicago Bears. And I think you can build off of that. What else I think that I am hoping and am kind of leaning towards, and maybe just doing mental gymnastics to be and remain optimistic, is that I think that Ben Johnson's play calling in the first Packers game was a little bit more vanilla for a Ben Johnson play call, right? There was a lot of interesting things happening, and it was like, why aren't we moving the ball more, running the ball, more creative runs, things of that nature? And I think he's going to leave nothing in the bag for this game. I think this is the granddaddy of them all for Bears fans, and this is where Ben can say, here we go. Let's fucking fire everything. The entire arsenal is up for to play with. And I think we're going to see that. I'm not talking about trick plays. I'm just talking about the X's and O's and that chess match of seeing 2 teams, seeing the same team twice in a year. And I think that Ben has the savvy and the wherewithal to not show everything in the first meeting. And I think that's going to make life easier for Caleb, get receivers more open, rely more on some, new looks on the running game that are going to open up play action and things like that. So I'm quite optimistic about the Bears. and Caleb's ability to have sustained success in this game. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
it makes sense to
no,
me.
it does.
I'll tell you, and not to digress too much from the Bears game, watching this Rams Seahawks game, and I've been holding this in for about a minute. When you have a fat kicker wearing number 92, it's just not bringing a lot of. I mean, his name is Harrison Mevis. This guy just missed a 40-yard field goal by a mile.
Hey, I've got him on my fantasy football team that is in the playoffs. He's done his job, okay?
No, he just missed that field goal. I needed it.
No,
You see number 92 trotting out there. He's not making it. It's not
that
a
is
kicker
true.
Nothing outside of 50 is being converted for sure.
Yeah. So
Just
we'll
like
see.
our own kicker.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, okay. No, but Drew, Jay, I think that's a good point. I think that you're right. I think the Ben Johnson play calling, it did seem a little conservative, a little vanilla in the first half against the Packers. It kind of got more aggressive as the game script kind of called for it in the second half against the Packers. And I don't know. We'll see. I think, I do think Ben Johnson is a good enough coach where he's going to look at the first half game script against the Packers 2 weeks ago and say that this didn't work. We're going to focus on the stuff that did work. We're going to hit him with some new stuff that kind of, we're going to set him up for what worked. And then we're going to hit him with other stuff that kind of looks like it or that counters off of it. So I don't know. I'm curious to see what the first couple drives look like. I think that's going to be, it's going to be a big tell for me. Is if the Bears can move the ball in the first half, I think that'll be a good thing for the Bears. If they can't, it's going to be a scramble mode like it was last time they played the Packers. Because we'll dive into the Bears defense against the Packers. I just, I don't have a ton of faith in the Bears defense to be able to get a ton of stops against the Packers because, Jordan Love threw that bad interception in week 14, but he doesn't typically turn the ball over. And that's really what the Bears do. Outside of that, they give up a lot of yards. So we'll see.
And we know we're not getting any pressure on the guy. I mean, that's just a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, no pressure. It's going to be gotten on him. He'll have all day back there. I didn't even write that as a key to the game because we all know that's not going to happen. We all know that there's going to be no pressure. So, I guess let's dive into the Bears defense versus the Packers offense because, the Bears defense looked dominant against the Browns, but again, the Browns are I don't know about historically, but they're definitely probably the worst overall offensive unit in the NFL right now. Just bad. I mean, they can't block, they can't catch, they can't throw, they can't run. I mean, Quinshon Judkins is pretty good, but nobody can block for him. He's getting hit as soon as he gets the ball. The Browns have a terrible offense. The Packers are not that. The Packers are not that. So significant step up in class this week. But again, the good news, we did just see this team 2 weeks ago. And even though they scored 14 points in the second half, it felt like the Bears kind of dominated the second half a little bit. So I do think that there's some optimism that the Bears defense can, I don't know. I don't want to say contain. I don't know if they're going to stop, but contain the Packers.
Under 27 points, right? And I think that's the goal.
Yeah, I think so. If you do that, you definitely have a shot to win because I think the Bears offense should be in the 24 to 27 range. So I definitely think that would be enough. So as I mentioned earlier, Christian Watkins, apologies. Christian Watkins, who's that? Anyway, is that a person? Is that a basketball player or something? It sounds like it.
Sure.
Anyway,
Sure,
Christian Watson, questionable to play. It would be huge for the Bears defense if he can't go because he just has that speed that takes the top off the defense that kind of allows all of the tight ends and slot receivers to get open underneath. So if you don't have that, you kind of shrink down the field a little bit. So hopefully he can't play, but if he does, get to do the best you can. We're gonna have to stay out of safeties one-on-one with him. I think is really what it comes down to. Safeties and nickels one-on-one.
I think that should we not do man coverage, one safety deep looks? Yeah. Can we learn from that from last game against the Packers?
I also don't want to see, again, CJ Gardner-Johnson has been absolute. I think I called him a spark plug last show. He has been awesome. He brings some energy. He's really good at sacking, blitzing, and he's really good at sitting in a zone. Covering a team's fastest receiver one-on-one is probably not his strength, so I'd like to avoid that as well, especially with no safety help over the top. that seems like a bad decision. So let's try and stay out of that.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So, and I think he would probably, well, he probably wouldn't say that because he's a very confident guy, but I think that I can say that for him. Yeah, I mean, and another thing is that the Packers run defense or run offense is not, they're having kind of a down year running the ball, but they did average over 4 yards a carry against the Bears 2 weeks ago. He was averaging, I think, like 4.5 yards a carry. So, you know, you gotta be prepared for everything. Jordan Love can sling it. The running game can move. They are down a guard, so that does help the Bears in their offense in their run game. But yeah, I do think, you know, you got to make sure that stop the run. I think everything for the Packers stems from the run. If you can stop the run, then they'll abandon the play action, and then the deep stuff won't be there. So if you can stop the run, I think that's kind of where everything starts. And that's where getting Tremaine Edmonds back possibly helps this week, because I do think that he and TJ Edwards are your best linebackers, your best run stoppers. So you get them both out there. I think that you have a legit shot at stopping the run game.
Amen.
And I mean, too, Josh Jacobs he's had a knee problem for at least the last 3 or 4 weeks.
True.
And the other two running backs that are deep behind, who's their backup? Allen? What's his last name? Something? I don't know. But still, a backup. Marshawn Lloyd and Chris Brooks, the two running backs behind him, are also injured. So I don't necessarily think that the Packers are going to rely on a huge run game in this one. I do think Wilson. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah,
Eric.
Manuel Wilson. Also, just saw the thicker kicker. Fantastic.
Yeah. But Nick, you put it perfectly. It's still Toyota-thon. You know, the drop back passes that Jordan Love is going to have are always going to concern me. As soon as he hits his back foot, I'm going to get nervous that a guy is open and he's going to throw the ball. Need pressure, need our secondary to step up and put in some fake sets to him to disguise what the coverages are, so that we can potentially pick him off twice. I know that the bet got rebet. I know Jay knows about this, Nick, but we have a friend over in another chat who is a Packers fan. They bet Sam bet him the first Bears-Packers week that Jordan Love would throw 2 picks. It was looking great in the beginning. Yeah, that has been rebet now for this game, right. And I think that's something to definitely look forward to.
I'll say that bet is the watermark. You know, if the Bears get 2 picks from Jordan Love, they better win the game, and I think they win the game if that's the case. Yeah. So that would be great.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I'd love to see is I'd love to see Dennis Allen put the defense in a pre-snap look that makes it look like they are playing that same single high safety defense, but then obviously switch into a like cover 3 where there's 3 guys deep or something like that. So that kind of, you know, I mean, I'm sure this is very common in NFL play calling, but try and confuse him with what you're actually going to do. I think that, you know, that's obviously what leads to interceptions. If you think you're getting man with a single high safety and all of a sudden it's like a cover 6 or, you know, there's at least a cover 3, it confuses them and you're more likely to see interceptions. So I'd love to see some more tricky coverages like that from Dennis Allen. And I think you have the secondary to do it because these guys are ball hawks. So,
Yep. I think that's going to be I don't know. I don't have a prediction, but I agree with you, Nick. I'd love to see that. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to be very interested in the first 2 defensive possessions. What kind of sets Allen is calling? What's the look going to be, right? And because if we're seeing the first defensive possession, we're still dropping back to that 1 deep man coverage. Oh boy,
Bayard can't be covering anybody with speed deep over the cross in the middle.
Not his strength, baby.
Can't be. Yeah.
It's shades of Eberfleur. What was the play last year against the Colts where we had the tiniest receiver in the league try to just crack block on a defensive end? Do you remember that?
I was going to say shades of Chris Conti, but you
do you, bro. Yes, right. That was a reach. That was a reach.
God. Yeah. The Bears.
By
previous
the way,
regime was
Colby
just a joke.
Parkinson just dropping that ball cost me $1,300. So
Oh,
No.
no.
How? What was the bet?
I needed 4 yards out of him. I mean, we're going to OT, but I needed four yards out of him, and he was catching that ball at 6. So him and Zach Charbonnet to get 3 yards would be 2.3. So,
Oh, well, hey, I mean, there's still time on the clock, so you're not dead. Not alive.
just hurting.
All right. Really quick. Speaking of the Bears defense, we alluded to it earlier in this segment about how the Bears defense is a joke when it comes to getting to the passer. Like we didn't even mention it because it's not going to happen. An interesting piece of news hit this week. I can't remember which one of you guys sent it to the group. One of you two sent it out to the group. I think it was Jay.
Drew.
Oh, Drew. I'm sorry. Drew sent it out to the group. So former Patriots star / Dolphins defensive end Matthew Judon was released earlier this week. Now, I don't think Matthew Judon has a lot left in the tank. I don't know what kind of salary you're looking for at this time in the season. I can't imagine you'd have to pay him too much. It seems kind of like it would be a very small, like there'd be like a no risk situation in signing him if he's interested in coming here. Is this something you're interested in bringing in to bolster the defense a little bit for the stretch run? Because it's something that popped up, and honestly, my immediate gut reaction was like, yeah, absolutely. It does. I don't know if he has like character issues or if it would be a locker room problem, but like in terms of on the field, like, yeah, anything you can do to bolster that defense and help your biggest weakness, I'm a fan of. So I think that's a yes. Go after the guy, see if you can get him. Jay, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, when you first texted that, I was like, hell yeah, let's go. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything, right? I mean, you have a roster spot that can withhold adding a once perennial talent like Matthew Judon was. And there's no downside to doing it, especially if it's going to be a league minimum for a couple of games. The financial part that shouldn't be concerning anyone. Yeah. I started looking in Matthew Judon, Google, and seeing some of the stats. He doesn't have any sacks this year. There's some really bad tape out there where he's just getting dusted. So that was a little bit concerning. I think he might be cooked. But that still doesn't deter me from saying why the hell not. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything in my opinion. So why not? I think if you sign him and see if you can catch lightning in a bottle, awesome. And if you can't, then not a big deal, you know? So that's my take on it.
Yeah. The two things that I only had to say with this is, one, he was playing on the Miami Dolphins. Not a lot of defense on that team. And if you're being asked to do more than what your capabilities are in your, what is this, his 11th season, maybe? Yeah, I'd phone it in too. He has he has the connection to Grady Jarrett here. They were both Atlanta Falcons, so I'd love to see that maybe spark something in him. However, the one thing that I just can't wrap my mind around, I know we're fantasy football players all out there, I just can't wrap my mind around the NFL waiver wire policy. I read through it several different times. I don't know if it resets. I don't know if Green Bay has a claim over us. I know there's a lot of playoff teams out there that have desires for an edge rusher. So I don't know how that plays into things, because technically, by the letter of the law that I read, if the Packers claim him above us on waivers, they would have first pick at him, and he'd have to report to them.
Oh, it's a reverse standings.
Yeah, because it resets after, I think it's week 4. That every week it resets into standings. And maybe I was wrong there. Maybe it was the fact that they claimed Micah Parsons back no, that was a trade. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't know.
But it's just one of those things. Like I don't understand the NFL waiver wire policy. I understand fantasy waiver I can't talk waiver wire policy, but yeah.
Well, we'll see, because I don't either.
Yeah, Nick read through it.
Yeah,
I know you're looking for it.
I am
trying. Yeah, I am looking.
That's always honestly though, Drew. That's always confused me, and I read it and my brain falls apart, and I go to a YouTube video to cleanse the palate.
Melt
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just getting fantasy football waiver advice right now,
Yeah.
so I'm not finding anything.
Yeah.
And it's
so-
not like the NFL would ever disclose what the actual like order would ever be. So
Yeah.
I do think
see.
it is. I do think it is reverse record, right? Reverse standings, which would mean that the Packers would have a chance before the Bears, since they do have a worse record right now. But I don't know. I'm not really sure. We'll see what happens.
Well, Nick, what do you think about Judon? I mean, what's your take? Is it worth a flyer?
Yeah, I think he's worth a flyer. I mean, he was a free agent a couple years ago. Remember, the Bears had Hard Knocks. There was a big conversation where Ryan Poles almost signed him, but they're almost traded for him, and he wanted whoever Ryan wanted too much. That was Matthew Judon, right?
Yes.
And he said no because he wanted too much, and I think he wanted a big contract extension. So it didn't go for him, and I think that was probably the right call. I think you gotta give Poles credit because he has been an absolute nothing since that conversation. But again, if there's a guy out there that can help your chances of, because I mean, I still don't think, I'm not used to saying that the Bears are in a Super Bowl contending position, but like you look around the NFL, the Rams are in a hell game right now with the Seahawks, they're both very good teams, but the Rams are widely considered the best team in the NFL by a lot of people. You look at the AFC, it's kind of you got the Broncos, who don't know if you really trust them. You got the Patriots, don't know if you really trust them. Like the Texans have a good defense, but their offense is bad. Like what I'm trying to say is that the entire NFL seems more wide open than a lot of, right? Because going into last year's playoffs, it's like, okay, Chiefs, Eagles, Chiefs, Lions, those are probably going to be your matchups. Maybe the Bills sneak in, maybe the Ravens sneak in. It was like 4 or 5 teams that you thought could win the Super Bowl going into last year. This year, it's like there's literally more than playoff teams. Like there's like you could see a world where the Lions get hot and win the Super Bowl this year. You know what I mean? Like there's 15 teams that could legitimately win the Super Bowl this season. So being one of those teams means that you have a chance to win the Super Bowl. So if you have a guy out there that could possibly help you get that, make that chance happen, I'd say go for it. And again, what's the worst that could happen? You put him up, you pick him up, you put him on your practice squad. If he looks like shit at practice, you just cut him, and it hurts you. It doesn't hurt you at all.
That's my take on it too. Yep.
If Phillip Rivers can come in 44 and he can play again for the Colts, I think we can. Seriously,
Phillip Rivers goes all Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers.
You might just want to call Julius Peppers, see what he's up to. I bet that dude could still get a sack in today's game.
He's probably put on 100 pounds in his. Well, maybe.
I bet Julius Peppers is still jacked.
Yeah, it probably is.
Anyway, okay. Well, a little fun thing I thought we would talk about. That's it. That's pretty much it. So, just to kind of we touched on injuries already, but just to kind of recap all the injuries: Rome and Luther Burden not playing this week. Tremaine Edmonds, his practice window is open. He's been practicing this week. Probably be another week before he comes back, but you never know. We might get him back this week. Cole Kmet and DeAndre Swift both popped up on the injury report this week, limited in practice all week. They are questionable, but they should be good to go, hopefully. Weird illness struck Hallis Hall this week as Tyson Bagent and Andrew Billings both missed practice with an illness. Hope they're doing okay. Christian Watson came back to practice, like we said. Who knows? Seems I watched that injury and I thought he broke his collarbone. He'd be out for the year. He seems to be fine. I don't want to call out another man, but like if you're going to act like it looked like he was about like his arm was going to fall off and he is going to play this week. That's a little wild to me. But anyway, I mentioned this earlier too, but the Packers offensive lineman Zach Tom hurt his knee. He has not practiced all week. He's actually been ruled out, so he's not going to play. So that helps the Bears. And Packers starting safety Evan Williams, great name, also hurt his knee and is out, has not practiced this week. So injuries kind of all around. Packers seem to have more players out, but the Bears have some pretty impactful players in Luther Burden and Rome Odunze. Obviously, Micah Parsons is not playing. He's on IR. He won't play again until middle of next year. So that's not really, I didn't mention that, but that kind of goes without saying. So that's injuries. I think you really got to watch that Christian Watson injury. If he can play, I think it totally changes the game. for both teams. So we'll see what happens there. That's the big one.
Yeah.
Can't take the top off our defense. That's the biggest thing. It can.
Yeah. Okay.
This game is
cool.
wild. This game is wild, Nick. I saw you looking at it. This game is nuts.
Is that a pick?
I don't know.
Are they reviewing
We'll see
it?
what this. We'll see what the refs call it.
That's not a pick. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Is there anything else Bears Packers we want to touch on before we move on to other segments?
Just FTP,
FTP, obviously.
Yeah. This one has a little bit more. I mean, we were talking about last matchup how Packers had everything to lose, the Bears had everything to gain. This one's a little bit more 50-50. I feel in my mind there is a lot more on the Bears side of this one with a loss, and I feel like the team feels that. So the Packers, you can bury them here. And you can really bury this team into not making the playoffs, into going into a downward spiral with how many injuries they've had. So fucking do it.
Yeah.
Bury this team. Put them out of here.
Can I ask a who'd you rather question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Rather beat the Packers, make the playoffs, lose the first playoff game, or lose to the Packers this week, make the playoffs, win one playoff game?
Got to beat the Packers. Wait, are we playing the Packers in the playoffs?
Not playing the Packers in the playoffs.
Okay.
Nope.
You got to beat the Packers. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to go 0-2 against the Packers. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm in your boat. I'm honestly, to me, going into this might sound blasphemous, but like getting to the playoffs would be victory enough. And having that day and being able to celebrate one more game, and listen, that the bar was low. I just want to beat the fucking Packers. I want to put something. I want a bird in the hand, baby. I want the Packers to go down, and I want to feel that goddamn victory. It's almost like Ohio State, like they lost to Michigan, then they won the national championship. The fan base was still pissed that they lost to Michigan. You know what I mean?
If you lose twice to the Packers and you go to the playoffs, it's happened before, and it's not a great feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So
and the fact is, more than even that is just win the game that's in front of you.
There you go.
We're getting into a lot of things with the playoffs and a lot of things that have happened with this team that are overperforming on the season. But at the same time, win the game that's in front of you and crush your rival. Just put their face in the dirt, please.
Yes.
Oh, Puka Nacua is. Oh, never mind. I'm a play behind you guys. My bad.
No, I saw it. I just need it to just throw it to fucking Colby Parkinson. Could you please? Just the 4 yards. Just out and just in, cross over the middle.
Hair is going to be turning
Get
gray
this
by the
man
end of this pod.
Jesus fuck.
Well, something not good happened because Drew's a play ahead. But anyway, yeah, I think that's going to put a bow on the Bears-Packers game. Let's just fucking win this game, man.
Let's do it.
Just fucking win this game. They were right there. Oh, good. Oh, good. That's good. Not for Drew, but it's good for me. Anyway.
I still haven't seen it, you bastards.
Okay. All right. So, beat the Packers. Fuck the Packers. FTP all day, all week. I'm sick of the Packers. A loss here might crush me. That ledge I was looking at last week, it might get a little, I might start kind of pulling my collar a little bit. I might start getting some feelings. But let's just put the whole ledge in the rear view. Let's not even look at the ledge anymore. Let's just go win this game, take care of business. Let's go win the goddamn NFC North. How about that? Let's go fucking win the North.
I love
you guys
it. Sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh, what a Merry Christmas it would be.
What
sounds
a
like
Merry
a plan.
Christmas.
How you don't cover that guy over the middle? I just don't understand. Soft ass coverage.
Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make any damn sense, Drew.
No, there's Puka.
You got Puka'd.
Yeah, Puka.
All right. So with that being done with the Bears segment, Drew, I'm going to kick it over to you. Let's go to the betting and fantasy corner.
Yeah. Let's go to the barely qualified betting fantasy corner. Really quickly, just talking about who the Corner is brought to you by, that's going to be brought to you by Chuck's Southern Comforts Buffet on Cass, just off of 55 in Darien. Chuck's has great food and drinks specials for every day of the week, and for Bears games especially. You can find a link to all of those and their menu in our descriptions and socials, on our bios and socials. $3 PBRs, $5 Yingling pints, and more for those Sunday specials. The wide open layout for bar patrons, including slots, seated dinner guests, and even private event spaces. Chuck's has everything you need for your next outing. So get on down there and tell them that the BQ boys sent you, and maybe we'll even see you for a Bears game coming up this season. All right. Guillotine League. Jay, we were meaning to talk to you last week and seeing how you were feeling about your chances. Obviously, you had so many close calls, so many close run-ins. We were hoping you would make one more stint. Didn't happen. Were you in talks with the guys at all about your KO?
Yeah, I was talking with Mark Noth, who's still in it. Sam as well. Sam was out the week previous, and then me, so we were kind of still just vibing off of that text thread. It was inevitable. My team was just not great, and it's reflective in the fact that only 3 of my players got picked up off of waivers. 2 of them for no dollars at all. So not really a Final 3 worthy team. Final 4 was probably a stretch, but hey, you just don't finish last. And I got a little bit lucky. It's all good. It was a fun run. I'm proud to have made it to the Final 4, and rightfully so. I got chopped. So there are better teams out there. The 3 teams left obviously are absolutely stacked right now. So it's going to be fun to see how that all plays out. But oof, there's some powerhouse teams. What was interesting though, and again, before the season, if you would have said, hey, Lamar Jackson's on the free agent wire at any point in the Guillotine League, he's probably going to get a bid put on him. Yeah. No bites. And rightfully so, because he's in poo. So, but yeah, I mean, just interesting stuff. Fun as hell league. I can at least come out with some better strategy for next year and not just blowing all of my money. I mean, literally all you need to do is have $50 left for the last 8 weeks, and you'll be able to buy players because everyone's going to be freaking out, and the bids just go smaller and smaller. Silly me. Lessons learned. Fun time.
Well, I mean, it was our first year for all of this. You live, you learn, you understand what's going on there. I think any of us could have done a little bit better with some of the spends, you're taking chances on guys that, might hurt themselves or might, have a dud week. You just don't know where that's going to happen. So, hey, it was fun while it lasted. The 3 teams that are in, we've got Eric, we've got Mark Noth, we've got Tom, 3 guys I know very, very well, very good guys. I hope them the best for all of this. And, don't tinker too much, because it seems like, the more you tinker with this, the worse you are. Like if you're trying to go for a fringe guy and put them in there because it's been predicted that they're going to score a lot of points or there's an injury or something like that, just go with your guys, go with the gut, go with the guys that have brought you there. Dance with the girl that you brought to that prom. And
that's right.
And it should be good. So
yeah,
that's right.
I'm excited. I like the 3 teams that are left. I think those are the right 3 teams to be there. Obviously, Eric, thanks for listening and listen to the live pod as often as you do. Mark Noth listens quite a bit as well. And I don't know Tom as well personally, but Tom's a good guy. So it's the right 3 folks. It's the right 3 teams. We wish you all the best, and I will be paying attention just to see the chaos kind of unfold. So good stuff.
Yeah, I think it's been a lot of fun. It's been a fun season. We have 3 teams that are truly worthy of being the final 3. I mean, you look at the projections; they're within 10 points of each other. That's awesome. It's going to be an absolute battle to Monday night. So yeah, I'm glad everybody honestly, and can I say I'm glad that none of us won, because it would have been really weird if we would have given ourselves that prize back. So yeah, I'm glad that somebody else is going to win. I'm glad that and again, these guys have been in the top all season. This isn't some fluky thing. So I'm glad that, this kind of worked out the way it did. So, yeah, Eric, Mark, Tom, good luck this week. I think it'll be, I really think it's going to be a battle for all three of you guys. So I'm excited to watch on Monday night.
Right on.
Battle Royale, boys. Battle Royale.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Going to Fantasy Pick'em. Jay, got us here.
Jay.
Hey, who's ready to party?
Welcome back.
I don't even know where to start here. Not a good week again for me. I put up 34 points. Drew put up 61.5, and Nick continues to distance himself a little bit from, I would call it the pack. It's really just Drew, with 73 points. So good picking from you guys this week. Respectable scores. Me, same old. I think I've just kind of given up. I picked Phillip Rivers. I had to take Phillip Rivers. Not good. But let's see. I mean, Drew, you had Patrick Mahomes. ETN was a great pick with 30. CD did fine, and Monungai didn't do so hot. And then Nick still with ammo left in the bag this late in the season with a Josh Allen, always a great pick. Nico Collins, just a very steady performance. Tyrone Tracy went off, and Tet didn't do so hot, but again, 73 points. Comfy, padded lead. 9-10 for Nick. Drew with 868. Myself with 692. Not so bueno, but let's go into week 16. Let's go into week 16. Start the picks. Drew, we'll start with you. We'll go to me, and Nick, you can wrap it around. How about that?
Let's do it.
Sorry, my hands were up in the air because I needed 3 rushing yards out of Charbonnet.
Did you get it?
So hey, there's 600.
All right, there you go. All right.
Hey, okay. We need
diversify.
Yeah, it's funny when you pick I think it's been back-to-back weeks that I've picked a fantasy player and they've suffered a season-ending injury. So maybe I'm gonna put the kibosh. Maybe I'm going to do that. I'm actually gonna hope for that right now, and I'm picking Jaden Reed as my wide receiver. I think with the cricket. Yeah, I know. I don't want to go against the Bears or anything like that. I think he's been ramping up his possession receiving with Jordan Love over the last 2 weeks. I think he's going to be a major asset to them this week. I hope it doesn't result in anything negative against the Bears other than just yards and catches. So Jaden Reed, that's what I'm going with.
Wonderful. I hope terrible fortune on that.
Yes.
Hopefully it gets goose egg.
I would also settle for a first quarter injury.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, cool beans. I am going to take my first pick, and I'm going to go with Breece Hall from the New York Jets going up against, what an absolute doozy of a game. We're talking Saints-Jets, baby. Oof. But Breece Hall's been on a little bit of a tear. I like going with him because, I don't have many other people to choose from, and that's what happens this late in the season. So, Breece, welcome to the squad. Nick, over to you.
Yeah, I am at the point in the season where I'm just kind of taking marquee guys that I haven't taken yet. Not a particularly great matchup, but I do think he's going to get his in this game. So I'm going to take Jonathan Taylor as my running back here.
You haven't had that yet?
No,
I love it, though.
Not. They're playing the 49ers, so again, not a great matchup, but he's going to get most of the work on offense. It's going to be a tough matchup because they will be stacking the box. Phil Rivers is starting again this week, but we're gonna hope he breaks one. I think we'll be okay. And then for my wrap around, I am actually going to stay in the same game Jay did that he so eloquently put the Saints Jets game. But you know what? Tyler Shuck's kind of doing something. I'm not taking him.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm taking Chris Olave.
Job, dude.
Okay, cool.
Chris Olave, but he's been okay. He
has been.
Bad. So I like the Saints passing offense, especially against the Jets defense, which has been terrible. Defensive coordinator just got fired. it's pretty tough to fire a defensive coordinator from a. Oh no, right. The Jets have not fired their coach yet. That's a different thing. But either way, bad team. So don't have an offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. So I think Olave should be able to, do whatever he wants. So.
Yeah, and Shuck's been okay. I actually have. I mean, not to. I actually had him listed down as a quarterback I might take. We'll see if that happens. But yeah, I'm with you there. That's the good horsepower. Jonathan Taylor, by the way, leading fantasy player, non-quarterback position. So
yeah,
I mean,
he's had a monster year. It's been a little down the last few weeks, but like the middle of the year, he was outstanding.
And let me tell you, everything just went from bad to worse in this Seahawks game for me, holding a Seahawks -1.5 ticket as they go for 2. So that burn it. And the JSN strikes again. I'm playing a gentleman with Sam Darnold and JSN.
You would think back-to-back timeouts might promote a we'll kick it.
No, they're good.
Oh God. Oh God. That was way too wide open.
No, God damn it.
Did you have the money line, Nick?
Yeah, he had the money line.
did.
Oh, so we both lost.
Yeah, we both lost somehow.
That's the middle.
That
End
licks,
it all.
We're done. Licks greasy butts, dude.
Yeah, well, we just lost.
Christ.
Had a 1-point Seahawks win, which helps literally nobody.
Oh my God.
That's
Oh,
awful. That's tough.
God.
And 3 Colby Parkinson drops. That's -2K.
Oh,
Thank you. I'm now mad.
Oh my God. All right.
Yeah, brutal.
All
El
right,
brutal. Well,
Jay,
hey.
who you taking?
Yeah. Yeah. I am going to take Justin Herbert. I haven't used Justin yet. Broken hand and all against the pitiful Dallas Cowboys defense. So he's due. Why not? Let's go. Oh man, that just sucks. Literally everything just went downhill for me.
Everything went poo-poo. This hurts. Literally. Jalen Hurts.
Oh wow.
And I'm gonna go AJ Brown.
Oh no.
In my flex.
No.
I think you may have already used Jalen Hurts.
No, there's no way.
Yeah, use him.
Survey says, Control F says you absolutely did. Week 2.
Week 2.
God damn it, week 2.
That's why we do the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I'll go AJ Brown.
Never
No, that's a great find.
No, you can. Well,
no. I'll go AJ Brown. I want AJ Brown no matter what. Then I will transition really quickly, and I'm going to go with Drake May.
Drake May.
All right. Who are they playing this week? Who are the Patriots playing this week?
Week 2. Damn it. Who did they play week 2? And I didn't. I did stack Devonta.
I do like that. I do like that. Okay. So Drake May against the Ravens. I like that a lot. So okay, Jay, you got a wide receiver and a flex. Who you taking?
Oh man, I still can't get over this.
Yeah, this was a heartbreaker.
Oh man. It's most of the fantasy stuff that's really getting me down. Honestly, the bet was a bad bet, but the fantasy stuff was just I didn't need that.
Actually helps the Bears. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it kind of does. I need a wide receiver and a flex. So my flex is going to be none other than Mr. 40-point fantasy game himself, Kyle Pitts. Stupid. He's going to do that one game, and then he's going to put up 2.6 points this week. But we're going to ride this stupid bet and take Kyle Pitts because I don't know who else they're going to throw it to.
Just by the way, we're pre-prepping this. Just popped up as questionable, so you will have an opportunity if he does.
Oh, okay.
Get designated out to go.
Well, I will take up. I will be locked to the backup Falcons tight end if that's the case. It's only fair.
Yeah,
whoever that guy is.
Yeah.
You know what I keep seeing, and I think it's really funny because I think it actually is probably going to happen, and it'll be like the biggest like no-duh thing ever. Kyle Pitts is in his 5th year, last year of his rookie contract. I don't think the Falcons are going to extend him at the end of this season. I think he's going to be a free agent.
Agreed.
a lot of people are saying that Travis Kelce's going to retire. He's going to end up on the Chiefs, and he's going to be the new Travis Kelce.
Oh, dude, that would be insane.
It would be fucking. I mean, it would be nasty for him, but yeah, that would suck. As the Chiefs
And then Taylor Swift breaks off the engagement and starts dating Kyle Pitts.
Well,
yeah.
Oh well,
the internet would freak out. Let me tell you.
Makes a lot of sense. Making
Yeah.
a lot of good points.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take my flex, and for my flex, I am gonna take. Oh man, I'm gonna take. Who is this team playing? I had it written down and I forgot. So just checking one thing. Yep, I'm gonna take Jalen Waddle, who is got a positive matchup against the Bengals, and no more. Tua throwing the ball. So that's good news too, because Tua fucking sucks. And anybody is better than Tua, including possibly Quinn Ewers. We'll see. But Jalen Waddle.
What an absolute disaster for Tua. The tank for Tua. Remember that? Like it was tank for Tua. What an absolute disaster that's been.
The funniest thing is that
how is Mike McDaniel not fired?
I don't know, Drew. I don't know.
That's a great question.
Everyone's getting blamed but the coach.
They fired the GM. Don't know what else. I mean,
Tua's going to be on the Jets next year. It's just, it's right. He can't. He's locked into like a $50 million contract.
It's a bad situation. Really, really bad situation.
Whew.
Yeah.
But everyone's getting fired except for cocaine. Oh, man.
Cocaine.
You know what's funny about the tank for Tua situation is that if you remember, Tua was in the same draft class as Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. So he's not even top 2 in his draft class. Like, he might even be top 3. I don't know what his draft class was, but he definitely isn't top 2.
Oh,
so it's very funny. But so I do need a quarterback. So we're talking about quarterbacks. I'm not taking Tua, obviously not playing bad, etc. I'm going to take a different quarterback from his draft class. I just mentioned I'm going to take Joe Burrow.
Oh, there you go.
Who absolutely?
You sure that guy wants to play football?
I'm not, because I had him in a fantasy league in the playoffs last week, and I was texting with the guy I was going against, a little fun back and forth jabbing, because I also had Alec Pierce going in that game. So I texted him like, hey, just so you know, Phil Rivers to Alec Pierce is the new, legendary matchup, whatever the hell I said. And he said, you should start Phillip Rivers then if you think that. I'm like, it's not a bad idea. Guess who outscored Joe Burrow? Phillip Rivers. So I should have. Wouldn't have mattered, but I wouldn't have. Joe Burrow scored like 2 fantasy points in that game. That sucked. But I think he's going to bounce back. I'm a big Joe Burrow guy. So Joe Burrow. Let's go.
Which is crazy because Jamar Chase had 10 catches for like 170 yards.
He threw like 3 picks. 3 bad picks. Like bad. Anyway. All right. Jay, we need a wide receiver out of you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go. I'll vomit everywhere. But Nico Collins. I'm going to go with Nico Collins. Haven't used him yet.
Nice.
Really quick, too. Just on the quarterback class, I had to Google that. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, all from the same draft class.
Okay, so he's barely top 5.
Yeah.
In the tank for 2 a year. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Drew, we need a running back from
Alabama quarterback, so you got to. I'm taking Omari and Hampton.
Nice.
It's a plus matchup at Dallas, so I hope he is semi-healthy.
Yeah. Good pick.
Yeah, no, got to do it. Got to attack the Dallas defense, right?
Yep. Eberflus, yeah.
Talk about getting fired.
Yeah.
The Flus is going to be loose.
Yeah. Talk about people.
I don't know. They can still make it. I don't think they're mathematically eliminated, right?
I think they are.
They are.
They might not. I'm just saying Flus is going to get fired. Like,
maybe they're not mathematically eliminated, but they would need to
think they're mathematically eliminated.
I think they need to win out, and
lose out.
and the Eagles need to lose out, and I think that's the only way.
I think you're right.
They can't win They can't be a wild card. They have to win the division.
Yeah.
No, you know what? It is. The Eagles have a magic number of 1 to win the division.
Yeah.
That's exactly
they need
3-0, 0-3.
Yeah.
The only way.
Yeah.
All right. Jay, I'm gonna let you take dogs and over because I gotta run and do something. But
okie dokie, that sounds like a plan.
Nice anonymous from you.
Sounds good. My dogs are hungry. We're back. Last week, 1-2, and not our best, not our worst. What are you going to do? We move on. I took the Broncos plus 1.5. They stormed back. They covered. They won. Awesome. Nick, I was heavy on the Lions plus 6 individually. Bummer.
Yeah.
The old 7-point loss doesn't win that bet. Doesn't win either of us money. Doesn't win in the Dogs Are Hungry section either. Drew with the stink bet of the week, Bengals plus 2.5.
Yeah.
They got blown out. Blown out by the Ravens.
Completely, yeah.
Shut out completely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bad game for the Bengals.
So not a good game. So Drew, we'll start with you. Psych, we won't.
He's doing things.
He's got things to do. Nick, we'll start with you. Who's your dog this week?
Okay. You know what? This might be wishful thinking, and it also might be recency bias. Wait, I had a different one. Yeah. I'm gonna take the Steelers plus 7 at the Lions. I don't know why, but the Steelers, I don't know. This is probably a bad bet, but I saw something in the Steelers that I like. The Lions they're not bad, but I don't know. The Steelers are still playing for something. I know the Lions are too, but I think the Steelers keep this game close. The Steelers, the way they play games, they muck it up, they keep it close. I think they keep it close. So that's all I'm banking on here. Touchdown's a big number for 2 playoff teams.
That's a good point. I don't hate that one. I didn't have it in the top 3, but it caught my eye for sure. Yeah. And part of my distrust of the Lions, I think it's in follow me here. Mm-hmm. It's because of the Chiefs that I'm weary of the Lions. And what I mean by that is I kept on saying to myself, well, the Chiefs aren't going to miss the playoffs, so I'm going to bet the Chiefs to win. And I kept on doing that, and I kept on losing. And I feel the same way about the Lions. Well, there's no way the Lions are going to miss the playoffs until it actually happens. And again, they might not lose the game, but 7's a big number. And I do agree that it's going to be a close game. So I'm stamp of approval for the bet. Not that you need it, but I like it.
All right.
Drew's has returned. Drew, who is your dog of the week?
Dog of the week's pretty simple. I don't trust 9. I don't want to see him away from home. So give me Jackson Dart with the plus 3 in the Giants.
Giants, the Darty Party. Giants plus 3.
Love the Darty Party.
Love the Darty. I didn't have that one on the board. But who are they playing again?
The Vikings.
Oh, sold. Love it.
In New York, by the way.
Yeah, sold.
Yeah. In New York at a noon slate, I don't think they've found something in Minnesota just because they won a game. This game means absolutely nothing, and Jackson Dart's going to outshine. For sure.
9. Outshine 9.
Outshine 9. Hey,
nice.
Thank you.
Nice. I like that. I need to make a decision here because I have 2 that I like. One I like a little bit more, but one is a little bit more spicy, a little bit more fun. And I'm going to lean, I think, towards the one that I find a little bit more fun, a little bit more mischievous. And that's going to be the Panthers plus 3. This is a huge game. The Panthers, the Bucks, everyone wants the Bucks to win this game. We don't want the Panthers in the playoffs. And I think they're at home, if I'm not mistaken. And they are.
It is in Carolina.
Yeah,
it is in Carolina. That Bucks team just doesn't look right. And the Panthers have been getting no respect, nor should they. But I don't think the Bucks should get any respect, to be honest with you. So give me the points in that one. Yeah. Give me the points. Maybe they don't win, but I think 3 is close enough. That's enough for me to dabble.
Yeah. Plus 582 is that parlay on DraftKings.
Sweet.
Just a weird week of games.
It's a weird week of games. There are a lot of good games, a lot of weird lines and overs, in my opinion. With that being said, let's move to the overs. Let me pull up the old sheet here. How did we do? 1 and 2 last week. I took the Chargers and the Chiefs was just a terrible bet. That didn't even break 30. The number was only 41.5, but that never had a chance. Nick, you went with Baltimore and Cincinnati. 51.5 doesn't help when one team doesn't score a point.
Yep. Bad.
And Drew stuck tried and true. He said, you know what? It's Lions, it's Rams, whatever the number is, give me the over. It's going to clear by a mile. And it did. An Olympic high jumper clearing a 3-foot pole is what happened there. So easy win. We went 1-2. Records, we don't care about those on the season right now. Let's go into the next week. Nick, we started with you. Drew, we'll start with you here. What's your over, man?
Yeah, so I'm trying to look it up right now. I think it's not relatively low. It's above his average. I was thinking it was going to be right around the 50 mark. I'm all in on Colson Loveland this week in his receiving yards. So give me the 45.5 on his over yards, because I think with Rome out, with Luther out, he's going to have a little bit more of Caleb's eye. And not saying that Ben's going to have any more plays orchestrated towards him. He's just going to catch some more balls. So give me that 45.5 for Colson.
Yeah. All right. I like it. I like that pick quite a bit.
Did Jay just freeze and go? Yeah,
he did. Yeah, he texted us. He had an internet issue, so he did the old fashioned reboot. So
okay, all right.
So my over of the week, I have been ice cold in these. I just can't bet to save my life, Drew. It's been a real problem of mine, evidenced by this Thursday night game. The Rams were up by 3 scores at one point, and they could not steal the deal. So, with all that said, I'm gonna take. Man, I wrote 3 down, and I don't like any of these right now.
Oh, don't say that.
We're going to roll with it. You know what? Let's just do this. Bad defense. I'm going to take Chargers, Cowboys, 49.5. I think the Cowboys defense is bad, and I think the Cowboys can score points on offense. So I think 49.5 is a reasonable number to get to in this game. So give me Cowboys, Chargers, 49.5.
And I think anything in Cowboy Stadium or wherever that is, any over there is Arlington.
It's on the board. Yeah, it's on the table. Yeah.
No, that's a good one. Yeah. I like that a lot. And I have to speak. You're back, Jay. But I have to speak, Nick. Your Baltimore Cincinnati was my number 2 last week. I think I said that on the pod.
You did, yeah. It was
unbelievable that one team just doesn't. Yeah,
one of the worst picks of all time. It shouldn't have been.
No, it's not. It's not worst pick. Like that's a good pick. Like
the logic was there.
Fuck happened to that team?
As they say in PMT, it was a material change. The logic was good. It was a good pick. It was a material change. It was a bad pick. So anyway, I don't know what happened. I had a lot of eggs in the Bengals offense basket last week. Fantasy betting, etc. Not good. So I actually had the Bengals Dolphins listed as a possible take here, and I decided to stay away from that today. So we're gonna stick with the Cowboys Chargers.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Drew, who did you take? I cut out for that one. Sorry about that.
I took a player prop. I took Colson Loveland 45.5 over receiving yards.
Dig it. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to stick with that Bucs Panthers game, 45.5. No really good analysis.
Yeah. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fighting game. Neither of the teams have good relative defenses.
Neither teams have very good anything. They're bad.
Yeah. No.
Close to home. Is that a 12 o'clock slate? Got to be a 12 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 12. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got
It is. It's got 12 o'clock written all over it.
Yep. East Coast, bad teams, 12.
Yeah. Makes sense.
We're at plus 595 on this one. So just short of 6-1. So we'll take that all day. Some good juice to that one.
All right. Let's take it to the final. Let's take it to a 3-man weave. Talk 7 games, money line. Missed you last week, Jay.
My bad on that. I filled out all my props and things except for that, so my apologies.
You're all good. Still at 36-40-1. Nick, you're straight 50. 50-50 on 45-45-1. I'm cooking. This is probably what I should bet but I don't.
Yeah.
I will never.
Yeah, I know.
I'll never do
I
that.
was looking
When
at
we
that
get
like,
into
oof.
player props, I should probably chase this every week, but and be profitable.
Because
but
you're
I will
not just
never.
picking
So
favorites. You're taking dogs in there too.
I gotta do.
And I
I
will
gotta
say,
do it with the NFL this week.
I will
this
say
year.
the list of games that I picked, I tried. So typically we try and do the closest spreads, obviously, because it's a money line pick. I tried to pick playoff relevant games, not necessarily. I don't want to pick just like I didn't want to pick Saints Jets. I thought that would be not really be counterproductive at this point. So there are going to be some larger. There's a couple of spreads here that are a little big. They probably wouldn't normally be on there, but I thought playoff relevant games were more important than spreads at this point. So
I love that.
I like that. You want to take us through that then, Nick?
oh, you can do it.
Okay. All right, I'll toss it around.
Do you want me to?
So yeah, I'd love you to.
All right, I'll do it. I'll take us through it. It's a little behind the scenes for you folks. This is how we make decisions. We do it on the
Go
fly.
for it.
In front of
We'll do it
people.
live.
We'll fucking do it live.
Let's talk about the mindset.
All right. Yeah. So 3-man weave. We're going to take 7 games, money line, no spreads involved. Who's going to win the football game? Yeah. Like Drew was saying, I'm at 45-45-1. Jay's at 36-40-1, and Drew 52-38-1. 14 games over 500, absolutely crushing it. 7 games ahead of me, so doing a great job. So first game I have on the board, we're going to start at the noon slate, and we're going to start with that game we've already talked quite a bit about. We're going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Carolina Panthers. Tampa Bay is -3 in this game. So, Drew, I'm going to throw it to you first. Who do you got in the Buccaneers Panthers?
I can't not be on the Panthers right now. Tampa Bay has been down. They've been slow. Yes, they got Mike Evans back. It looked phenomenal in the connection last week with Baker and Mike Evans and some of his other receivers. I just think there's something going on in Carolina that is going to slow up the progress or just halt any progress that is going to go on in Tampa Bay. So going with Carolina, I think they win this game outright. I think they take over the NFC South and they actually get in the playoffs.
Oh, God. I know they're both bad teams, but the Panthers in the playoffs is just wild to even think that's a possibility.
Horse
But,
manure.
yeah. Jay, Bucks, Panthers. What do you got?
I'm with Drew. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. So go Panthers, go.
Yeah. No. Okay. I mean, again, I'm not laughing because you guys are picking this. That's very likely this is what's going to happen. But just the fact that this game has such playoff relevance is just still baffling me.
Insane.
I don't understand it. I am just like, you look at the players on the Buccaneers versus the players on the Panthers. You go dude for dude, and it's just the Bucks have the dudes. The Panthers have no dudes, maybe a couple dudes. I'm going to go Bucks here. I don't know or care who really wins this game, but I think the Bucks win just because, again, they should. There's no excuse to lose this game. The coach kind of went off on him a little bit in the media after their game against the Saints last week. That can either gel you all together and make you play it harder, or it could completely turn you off and make you hate each other more than you already do. I'm betting that it gelled them together a little bit. We'll see. I'm taking the Bucks.
Let's not miss on Jay's James Taylor reference right there, though.
No, of course not.
He's going to Carolina in his mind right there.
Yeah.
I just want Carolina. At this point, I want Carolina in the playoffs, not because it gives the Bears a better chance. Like if the Bears somehow, get a 2 seed and win the NFC North in host Carolina, oh my God. Well, that's not possible because
It would have to be in the second round.
Never mind.
It would.
Strike
Honestly,
it from the record. I object.
It might have to be if the Panthers win. Honestly, I don't think the Bears could play them
No.
unless there's the NFC
No.
Championship. So,
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know. It'll be it doesn't really affect the Bears at all. It's just that game just it
would be laughable. It would be laughable if the Panthers made the playoffs.
I mean, the Bucks have to fire their coach if they don't make the playoffs. I think he might be gone anyway, but he's got to be gone.
Yes.
Anyway, okay. Next game on the slate, Chargers at Cowboys, where the Cowboys are -3. Chargers are a playoff team as of right now, and the Cowboys are clinging to life, as we said. Still favored by 3 points in this game. Jay, I'm gonna start with you. What do you like in this game?
Honestly, no idea how the Cowboys get 3 in this. I can't put it together. I like the Chargers because I think they're a much better team. Walk me through how someone take the Cowboys and explain it, and I'm all ears.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take my pick now. I'm with you. I don't know, we keep waiting for the Cowboys to kind of turn it on, and they've looked good sometimes, but then you watch them play and they just, getting 9'd is never good. You don't want to get 9'd.
No,
you don't want to get 9'd on national television. That's just not good for anybody. I think the Cowboys again, same thing with the Cowboys every week. The Cowboys offense can probably put up some points. Their defense is just so bad that I don't know. And the Chargers aren't slouches on offense. Like, they can move the ball. They have a good running game. Jim Harbaugh knows how to coach. The Chargers are going to win this game. So don't get the line here. Maybe it's a sucker bet. I don't know, but I like the Chargers as well. Drew, what do you think?
Yeah, consensus. I don't get it's now at 1.5 and minus 105 at the 1.5 for the Chargers. Like, the Cowboys, they don't have much left to play for other than contracts or whatever. And it's so easy to score on that defense that I think the Chargers can just run all over them. So consensus, done.
Yeah. All right. Good to know.
Cool beans.
Yeah. Hope the Chargers win this game. Cowboys are done. Don't talk about it anymore. That's what I'm hoping for. Get Eberflus fired again. It'd be fun.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Next game we have is actually a very good playoff matchup with a lot of playoff seeding implications. The Jacksonville Jaguars at Denver Broncos. The Broncos are -3 in this game. I'm going to lead this one off. I am going to take the Jaguars in this game. Something about Trevor Lawrence is slinging it around the field lately. Yeah. I know the Broncos defense is good. He just seems like he's not I don't know. He's thrown a lot of some picks, but he just seems like he's not afraid to throw picks. And that's a dangerous guy to have. The Broncos, I know they have the comebacks. I know that's just going to have to the comeback stuff. We know it's just, it's not sustainable. I think the Broncos eventually crack and lose one. They've won 10 straight or whatever it is. They due for a loss. I think the Jaguars are just one of those teams. They're just a good team. So I'm taking the Jags in this game, which is kind of crazy. But Drew, who do you have in this game?
I think it's valid. I think Jacksonville is played very well over the last couple of weeks, and they've taken over that AFC South spot. There's something about Denver and Denver, though. You can't get away from it. I feel like this is going to be a lot low scoring of a game than it was last week with Green Bay. So I just got to take Denver here. I know the favorite. That sucks. I would love to see the Jaguars upset them. But there's something about Denver and Denver that you got to take them right now. Yeah,
that's fair. Jay, Jags at Broncos.
This is a true coin flip to me. It's a game that I won't actually be betting, but I'm going to go Duval. And I kind of agree with you. And Nick, you said it 10. I think it's 11, whatever, 10 or 11 in a row. It's hard to win that many in a row. And whatever, they're due for a loss. I don't believe in this team. I believe in this team of being a good team. I don't believe in them going 12-0 over a period of their schedule. I just don't see it. Jacksonville's underratedly good, so Jags it is.
Jags it is. All right. Next game. It's one of those bigger spreads I was talking about, but again, playoff relevancy I thought was more important than spreads in this case because I do think teams playing for more are more likely to pull these bigger upsets. So we're gonna go Steelers at Lions. The spread is Lions -7. I think I went first last time. So Jay, why don't you go ahead and give me who you think is going to win this game?
Yeah, I think this has merit being on the list as a pick 'em. That said, I'm going to take Detroit at home, but I don't like the -7. I'll say that very aggressively. So give me the Lions. I think it's going to be a nail biter. I don't love Pittsburgh. No one loves Pittsburgh, but I think that the Lions are a little bit overrated in the betting side of things. So a little overweight.
Yeah. Drew, what do you got here in the Lions or Steelers at Lions?
Yeah, their defense sucks right now. The offense is in question. You know what? Aaron Rodgers knows Detroit, though. He knows that stadium. He knows where he's going. He's had some miraculous throws there. Just give me Pittsburgh. I want to see it more than anything, but I just have a feeling that Pittsburgh's going to take this, and the Bears won't have to have as much sweat through the last couple of games of the season. Also, it means something to Pittsburgh because they have to outpace the line. Or I'm sorry, they have to outpace the Ravens. Thank you. In order to get in the playoffs. So, yeah, let's go.
So you got Steelers. I'm sorry, I was looking something up.
Steelers. Yes.
Okay,
Sorry.
cool. No, you're good. Drew, I'm going to agree with you. I just what I was looking up while you were giving your explanation is I was trying to see if TJ Watt was going to play this week. It appears he's not going to play this week, so that hurts the Steelers. But I don't know, man. Something about the way that, I mean, again, it was the Dolphins. Dolphins are bad, but something about the way the Steelers are playing, it just, I don't know, man. When we had the Steelers coming into Chicago a few weeks ago, and we were all, had the concerns about big bad Aaron Rodgers coming to town again. I think the Lions feel that as well, and I think that is a legit thing. And I think Aaron Rodgers is kind of playing as good as he can at this point in his career right now.
Yeah.
So I don't. And DK Metcalf is a absolute monster with the ball in his hands. If they can get him the ball, I don't think anyone on the Lions defense is going to tackle him. So I like the Steelers. This also might be wishful thinking because, again, a Bears win and a Steelers win puts the Bears in the playoffs, and that would be very cool. But I'm taking the Steelers in this game.
Love it.
All right. Okay, a couple more games. This one, another big playoff implication game. Patriots at Ravens. The Ravens are -3. I'm going to go to Drew first. Drew, who do you like in this game?
I also think this is a game that is kind of like do or die for the Ravens, and it's been a tough year for Lamar. Injuries, a lot of doubt to what he's been doing. Can he run the ball? Derrick Henry seemingly is on his grandpa years of running the ball, but I do think Baltimore pulls this one out. New England is seemingly in the playoffs, so I do think Baltimore takes it at home. They're a home team, so give me the Ravens.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go next. I'm also taking the Ravens in this game. I mean, again, you just look at the Patriots schedule. They've beaten one team above 500 this season. The Ravens are actually technically at 500 right now, but I think we can all agree the Ravens have the talent of a above 500 team. They win this game, they will be above 500. The Patriots they're 1-2 this season against teams. They've only played 3 teams that are currently over 500. They're 1-2 against those 2 teams. The one win is against the Bills, which has then been avenged last week. So the Patriots, they keep winning games, and that's what you got to do when you have, regardless of your schedule, you win games, you go to the playoffs. That's how it works. I still don't believe in the Patriots. We'll see. Maybe, again, this might be another week where they win this game and it kind of shows me, okay, they're for real. But until then, this is a road game for them. I just don't see it right now. So I'm taking the Ravens. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously fair takes from you guys. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take New England. I'm not sold on the Ravens. I know they just shut out Joe Burrow in the Bengals. I think the Patriots are going to be kind of motivated for a bounce back game, a game against the Bills that they honestly should have won. They had a very big lead at halftime, kind of blew it, and I think they're going to be motivated to kind of step up and kind of step on the throats of the Ravens a bit. So give me the Patriots.
All right. So next game, we got the 49ers at Colts. This is Monday. I'm sorry, just really quick. The Patriots-Ravens game is Sunday Night Football, so that should be a good one. The 49ers at Colts. This is Monday Night Football. We get to see Phil Rivers on Monday Night Football. That kind of rocks. 49ers are -5.5 in Indianapolis, though, so that kind of tells you all you really need to know. I put this game, again, playoff relevancy, very important. Colts are still alive. 49ers. This is a very important game for Bears. Any team that's in the top of the NFC, watching them, you want to see them lose. So I'm going to go ahead and kick this one off. I don't see a world where the Colts win this game. I would love to see it. I just don't. The Colts are they're starting a 44-year-old quarterback. He's a grandfather, etc. Not good. I want the Colts so bad. I just don't see a world where that happens. So I'm taking the 49ers. Jay, what do you think?
I mean, I'm with you, Nick. I don't see a world where it happens, but I'm going to go wishful thinking here. And I think just the storyline of Phillip Rivers on Monday night, taking it to, both teams kind of need this. I mean, the Colts truly really need this, really need this. Yeah. And I think there's just going to be some magic in the air. So ill-advised, but I'm going to ride with the Colts.
I love it. Drew, what do you think?
Yeah, Jay, I can't get away from your picks right now, dude. There's something there. There was something there last week. It didn't get paid off. It should have got paid off. Phillip Rivers threw an inadvised deep throw down the middle. I think he's going to learn from his actions. I think he gets a win this week. Give me Indianapolis, mostly because I want to see them beat the 49ers and give a little clearer path.
I love that. I hope you guys are right.
Like I said,
any Rams, Seahawks, 49ers, Packers, Lions, any of those 5 teams, I will be rooting hard against them. Obviously, the Rams played the Seahawks today, so there's really nothing to root for there. But I hope you guys are right. I would love to see the Colts beat the 49ers on Monday Night Football. That would be awesome. And
if there's one game that's right for a 3-touchdown blowout, it's this one.
Yes, agreed. So, hopefully that Monday night game, get a nice Colts win, cap off an excellent weekend that starts on Saturday night for the game we're about to pick. Our Chicago Bears hosting the Green Bay Packers. The line has shifted all the way down to Bears -1.5. Again, 7:20 p.m. Saturday night. Don't forget it. Don't miss it. Make sure you watch the game. I'm sure you will. I'm going to lead us off here. You know where I'm going to go. I haven't picked against the Bears all season. I'm sure as hell not going to pick against the Bears this week on Packers week. Bears are going to win this game. This is going to be a passing of the torch, if you will. This is going to be where the rivalry flips. This is going to be where the dominance of our entire lives flips. Maybe not to a completely dominant Bears moving forward, but these games are going to be competitive moving forward. Last game was competitive. This is the one the Bears win. Ben Johnson gets his first win against the Packers. Bears win this game. So give me the Bears. Jay, what do you got?
I mean, perfectly said, Nick. Give me the Bears. Everything you said. Boom.
Drew.
Nothing left to say. F.T.P. Give me the Bears. Let's go. Let's put them in the dirt.
Fucking put them in the dirt. Well said. All right. So that's going to do it for our 3-man weave of 7 games. Hello. So we're going to go around the horn one last time and give some closing thoughts for the week. So, Drew, why don't we start with you? What are your closing thoughts this week?
Yeah. So I talked a little bit about last week or earlier this week with Nick about some college football. We're going to stay away from that. We're going to go into some Christmas holiday fun. And really what I want everybody to just understand is just we have a sports equinox in the summer / early fall. This is like the time in which there is just sports happening all the time that you actually care about. We care about football, bowl games. We care about maybe some college basketball during the day. So bet all the time. Find a good line. Find something that you can sink your teeth into and send it my way. Send it my way. Send it Jason's way. Send it Nick's way. We need winners. Yep. We'd love to see some winners. our way.
It's been a long time since I've seen a winner.
Yeah. Need a streak, need a hot streak. I found a Northern Arizona and some other team, South Charleston, this morning. That was an over, and it hit by about 30 points. Need more of those, boys.
Yeah.
So find us those lines, everyone out there. Send them our way. That's what we need in this Christmas season. That's what we're asking for from Santa.
That's right.
Always happy to tail. Always happy to tail.
Yes. Yeah. Well said, Drew. Jay, what are your closing thoughts this lovely episode?
I, for the first time in my life, had an opportunity to volunteer for a school field trip for Georgia, my oldest daughter. She's in kindergarten. They went to the local children's museum, the DuPage Children's Museum, and what an absolute blast it was. A parent chaperoning situation. We all took the bus. I mean, we're talking about 5 and 6 year olds that you're just herding around, and you're praying to God that you don't lose a kid that isn't yours. And it was hilariously fun. A touch stressful, not bad stress. Just you don't want to be on the hook for a kid getting hurt or lost and all of that. But it was everything I could have wanted it to be and more. It was so much fun, and I can't wait for the next one. Georgia had a blast. The kids that I was in charge of had a blast. I had a blast. I could not recommend. And I got to take the day off of work to do so. So it was a phenomenal day. And I'll keep it short and sweet with that. But it was just a blast. I wanted to share that.
Where did we go, Jay? That's the one thing I didn't ask.
It wasn't too terribly far. DuPage Children's Museum in Naperville, and I live in Lisle, so it was 10-minute bus ride. And I'm telling you get on a bus full of 5 and 6 year olds. Everyone's 6-7ing and like screaming out songs, writing on the windows because it was foggy as hell, and it was just hilarious seeing all the kids in their element, and they were having a good time.
That's great.
Yeah, last time they let you on a bus, you never got off.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was on a bus again, and little did the other parents and teachers know my previous run-ins with buses. But we'll keep that in the back pocket. No one needs to know.
Yeah, Jay, my question. So I have done a couple things for my kids in school this year. I've been a mystery reader in both of their classes this year, which is a lot of fun. My 7-year-old second grader was mortified that I showed up, that his dad was there. And my 4-year-old preschooler was overjoyed, thrilled, was very happy that I was there. How did Georgia take? Is she at the age yet where she was embarrassed, or was she happy that her dad was there? Where was the emotions there?
Awesome question. So when I first walked in, we all met in the classroom, and she pretended she was playing a Joe Cool, right? She was just onward and upward, not even acknowledging us. That's cool. Stay in your element, do your thing. And on the bus ride there, she wanted to sit with her friend. I sat in the bus across the way, and I had another kid sit next to me. All good. And then on the bus ride home, some of the kids took to me pretty well, and we were very friendly and all that good stuff. So some of the kids wanted to sit by me on the bus. And that's when Georgia said, "I'm sitting next to my dad." And she was attached to me, and it was cool to see her kind of in her element, doing her own thing. But she eventually came home to Daddo, and it was great. So it was best of both worlds, obviously.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah,
that's the perfect way to play it. So
yeah.
Kudos to Georgia.
She played.
All right. That'll come to me. Just kind of reiterate what I talked about last week. I am off work now until December 29th, which rocks. So I have the next 11 days or so off work. Had our work holiday party today, came straight from there to this podcast, had a couple 2-3 beers. It's kind of faded off by now, but it was pretty but it's just, I feel like this is my closing thoughts all the time lately, but just, it's the weather sucks right now. It's like dreary and rainy, and all the snow melted. So we're probably not gonna have a white Christmas, but especially if you have kids, have the holiday spirit, do the fun holiday stuff. This is our last weekend of holiday stuff. So get out there, see some Christmas lights, do the holiday traditions we talked about. Kids will love it. And even if they don't love it, they will eventually look back very fondly on it if they don't love it in the moment. And I think that's really what all we can do as parents, is just provide some nice nostalgia for the kids when they get older and some fun around every once in a while too. So just get out there and do the fun Christmas stuff. Last weekend of it. So just do it. That's all I got.
Well
Look
said,
good,
man.
feel good, play good.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So, all right. Long episode, but that's going to do it for us here at Barely Qualified. On behalf of Drew Bailey and Jason Maxwell, I'm Nick Lavris. Thank you so much for listening, for watching, for interacting with us. Please, we really appreciate it. Keep it up. Tweet us, Instagram, comment us, whatever you want to do. Just, interact with us. Keep watching, keep listening. And as always, we will catch you on the flip side.
Thank you for listening to the Barely Qualified podcast. Like, comment, subscribe for more on a bi-weekly basis.